Welcome everyone, we are now on part 3, the final part of our Lee Basics guide. We'll start with punishers and some basic juggles, then we'll talk briefly about some players you can watch, and finally we'll cap it all off with a short summary. Again, we are now on Tekken 7 version 4.01, and don't forget that there is a written version of this guide if you ever need to consult with that. I do keep that updated as new information comes up. That's it, so let's get into some punishers and combos. As always, I'm going to start this section by referring you to the Applay library. Those cheat sheets are so incredibly useful in getting a rundown on a character. If you need quick facts like Juggles or Punishers and you don't want to look up something like a YouTube video, there's no other better resource. Link to that is in the video description below. Next, I want to be clear that I know there are more than 2 Lee players, but in the context of a basics guide or building your fundamental understanding of Lee, I firmly believe you only need to watch these 2 guys to really up your game, since they regularly produce content and participate in events. Any other Lee players, I have faith that you can find on your own. With that, the first player is imyourfather, a high-level Korean Lee. He streams regularly, but also has a YouTube that he uploads to every few days or so. You can catch him on Twitter as well. The other Lee player is fightinggm, a bit of a controversial figure in the Tekken community, but certainly one of the best players the US has to offer. Much like imyourfather, he streams regularly and uploads vids to his YouTube. He also has a Twitter that you can check out. The nice thing about these 2 is that not only do they put out their own content consistently, but they also participate in big events, so there's plenty of match vids out there between them and other high-level players. Of course, COVID has stripped us of any recent offline stuff, but once the offline circuit starts back up, I fully expect these 2 to pop up again. So to bring our basics guide to a close, how can we describe Lee? Well, the good news is that he has one of the easier move lists in the game to learn, since it's not very large or complex. The flip side of that coin is that he does require execution. He has the best non-meter 10-frame Punisher in the game, but it takes practice to get it down consistently. And similarly, his juggles are strong, and he can get a juggle off of a lot of his moves, but they often require very precise inputs to maximize that juggle damage. His 50-50s are a bit lackluster in that they require considerable risk given their reward, which means that he has to over-rely on his poke game, or he has to hope that the opponent is overzealous so that he can abuse his strong counter hit and keep out game. In other words, Lee requires more patience than most characters to win. The good news on that front is that if you're just starting out, players at that level do tend to be more aggressive, so you'll get some positive reinforcement with your counter hits right away. But once you hit that plateau with higher intermediate level players, just stick with it and you'll get those wins. And with that, thank you for checking out this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube. Also be sure to turn on notifications if you'd like to get alerted as soon as a new vid drops. I also try to stream whenever I can, so the link to Twitch is down in the video description below. You will also find Twitter and Facebook links down there too. Lastly, consideration for the Patreon is greatly appreciated. Patreon, of course, is definitely the best way to support your favorite content creators, and the more support the channel gets, the more time I can devote to it and the more videos I can do. And finally, we added another patron, so much love to our 3 patrons now, Tato, Apples, and Overhaul. Your support means a lot, guys. Thank you very much. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you next time.